Hello everyone, my name is Alekhya from Cybersecurity Department, and today we are going to discuss about the topic on computer forensic investigation in Foundations of Cybersecurity subject. So the contents in this are, so first one, approaching to computer forensic investigation. So what is computer forensic investigation and how we can approach it? So in this we can cover that, and typical elements addressed in a forensic investigation engagement contract. So if you have taken any contract, so what are the elements that has to be addressed in this forensic investigation? So these can be covered in this topic. And while solving a computer forensic case, so what are the topics that has to be in mind? So these to be covered in this topic. And what is forensic analysis of email? Forensic analysis of email. So if there is any emails spamming occurs, how we have to be reacted, how we have to react. So all these are covered in this. And RFC 2822, it is nothing but a format for the email. It is one of the format for the email. So what are the email addresses we have to give, how we have to give, and what are the points we have to keep in mind when we are giving an email. So these are to be covered in this topic. So today we are going to discuss about these topics. So first one, approaching to computer forensic investigation. So first of all, what is computer forensic investigation? So it is nothing but if there is any case, or if there is any case occurs or any situation occurs based on the computers, like if there is any data has been breached or any data has been modified within the computer, or within through the internet or through the via emails. So how we have to approach? So it is nothing but approaching to computer forensic investigation. So how we have to do the investigation, on what are the details we have to collect, and how we have to approach to that investigation. So these are all covered in this. So what are the phases involved in investigation? So what are the phases? First one, secure the subject system. So what is the, suppose if there is any computer that was hacked, if there is any network that was hacked. So how the first what we have to do is secure the subject system. So what is the subject system? Is nothing but the system which was hacked. The system which was hacked is nothing but the secure subject system, and that has to be secured from tampering or unauthorized changes during the investigation. So during the investigation, by using some ethics and laws, we can access those systems. So from tampering or unauthorized changes during the investigation. And next one, take a copy of hard drive or disk. So if there is any hard drives or disks that are involved in the investigation of some any floppy disk or like that, so those has to be taken under the investigation. So we have to take a copy. So original will be like that, and we have to investigate on the copies. So take a copy of the hard drive or disk. And next one, identify and recover all the files. So what are the files that has been deleted, what are the files that has been hidden, and what are the files that has been shifted to another folders, like that all the files should be recovered. So first of all, we have to identify those files, and we have to recover all those files. So including the deleted files. So including the deleted files, we have to recover. So deleted files also has to be recovered. So all these files has to be kept aside for investigation. And next one, access or view or copy hidden, protected and temporary files. So the files that are hidden, protected and temporary files. So those all files should be accessed, and those should be viewed, and there should be another copy for those files for the investigation purpose. So this is for not changing the original data, and we have to investigate on the copies of those files. And next one, study special areas on the drive. So the residue from the previously deleted files. So the changes that has been made on the deleted files also we have to those on that way also we have to study. So study special areas on the drive. So what are the drives that has been involved in the investigation, and what is the residue for, and what are the things that has been deleted, and what are the changes that has been done on the deleted files. All those has to be taken under investigation. And next one, investigate the settings. So what are the settings that has been done, and any data from the applications and programs used on the system. So if there is any settings that has been done on the process, so in the process of like hacking or deleting data or some any case that has been appeared like that, so what are the changes? Investigate the settings. So what are the settings that has been done for that? So what are the technologies or what are the applications that has been used for making those changes? So all those has to be taken under the investigation. So investigate the settings and any data from the applications and programs are used on the system. So any data from applications, so any data on the applications and programs has used on the system. So those also has to be taken under investigation. And next one, consider the system as a whole. So every time when we have taken the evidences, these all should be taken as a whole from the previous perspectives, including its structure and overall contents. So all this has to be taken as a whole. So we have to take we have to take each and every point, the deleted files, the hidden files, temporary files, the protected files, all those copies, and there should not be any modifications for those. And we have to take all this as a whole for investigation. And next point, we have to consider the general factors also. So like using what is the user's computer. So what is relating to the user's computer and other activities and habits in the context of the investigation. So here the user is nothing but the person who has been affected, those his computer, and what are the activities he usually do in the system or the networks, and what are the habits in the context of the investigation. So these are all we have to take as a whole in the investigation. So these general factors, so what he has been going through the internet or what are the sites he has been reached, or like that each and every details that has to be collected. So this is nothing but taking the general factors into consideration. And next one, create detailed and considered report. So based on this all things, based on the things we have discussed before, we have to create and we have to generate a report and containing an assessment of the data and information collected. So based on the information collected, what is the data that has to be assessed, and what is the details that we have collected. All this we have to create a detailed and considered report. And see here we are having some slogan like thing like study it but do not change it. It is nothing but these evidences should not be changed. This should be studied for the study purpose and for the investigation purpose only. We have to use these things and they should not be changed. And next one, the typical elements addressed in a forensic engagement contract. So if you have taken any forensic investigation engagement contract, what are the elements that has to be in consideration? So what are the important elements? First one, authorization. Next one, confidentiality. Next one, payment. Consent and acknowledgement. Limitation and liability. So these are the things that has to be taken under consideration. So first one are the authorization. So authorization is nothing but who has the access to investigate those details. So only some sort of people have the access to investigate those evidences. So here authorization is nothing but see here, authorization means the certain sort of people, only some sort of people has to investigate those. Like for example, we are having investigation people, cybercrime people, and in that also we are having only officials who has to taken under control those investigation details. And confidentiality. So confidentiality is nothing but so how secrecy the information, the data that has been collected is. So confidentiality has to be maintained while we are taking in forensic investigation engagement contract. So confidentiality has to be maintained. So it should not be given. It should not be taken to any everyone. It should only taken to some sort of people. And payment. So what is the payment that has been taken? And consent and acknowledgement. So who are the people that has been accessed those that investigation that evidences at what time. So everything that has to be in a logbook, or we have to make a acknowledgement every time. And limitation and liability. Limitation and liability is nothing but only some sort of people, not everyone has to go through those details. Only some sort of people has to go through those details, like what are the hidden files, what are the files that has been deleted, and what is the data that has been changed. So is there any is there any application that were affected because of these things? So all this has to be investigated by some sort of people only. Not everyone has to go through that, and those things should not be revealed to any other people. So these are the content that are very important in addressing a forensic investigation engagement contract. So when we are taking any contract, these are the things that are very important. And what is the computer forensic laboratory is to make effort to preserve the integrity of the elements to the customer like. So we are having computer forensic laboratory, so where we can preserve the truthfulness of the elements that are related to the customer. So truthfulness of the elements are nothing but we are having customer representation, legal aspects or the law side, data protection, and breach of contract. So customers representation. So what are the things that has been told by the customer, or what are the evidences that has been submitted by the customer? All those has to be in a sealed manner, and no one has to go through that. And here the integrity means the truthfulness of those things. So here no one has to change. No one has the right to change those things or access those things. And legal aspects, and from the law side, based on the law, what are the what are the sections we have? Based on that, what are the law side? Law side means we have to see what are from the government side. We have to see what are the things we have to go through that. We should not cross the limitations. We should not cross the limitations, and based on those limitations only we have to go through the investigation. Okay, and next one, data protection. So data protection is nothing but what are the data that has been given by the customer. The data has been given by the customer. There should not be any modifications. And next one, breach of contract. Breach of contract is nothing but breaking the contract. So if there is no evidences that has been recovered, there should not be any breach of contract. So people has to go through the investigation at every time. So there should not be breach of contract, and these evidences should not be handed over to anyone. So if there is anything that has been changed in the original evidences, that should be is nothing but a breach of contract. So the contract will be breached at the time. And next one, solving a forensic case. So what are the things that has to be keep in mind when we are solving a forensic case? So these are the basic steps what we have to follow. So steps involved in solving a computer forensic case. So what are the steps? First one, prepare for forensics examination. So based on the case, we have to go through the details. So if you are having email spoofing, means we have to go through in another way. We have to or if there is any site that was blocked or hacked, so we have to go in another way. So like that, based on the case, we have to prepare for the forensic examination. and talk to key people to find out what you're looking for. So who are the people that access those systems, or who are the people that besides those systems, and what to whom the network was connected. So how many people the network was connected. So all those people we have to talk. So talk to key people to find out what you are looking for. So we have what we are looking for, we have to talk to them about those investigation. And if you are convinced that the case has a sound foundation, so if you have convinced that it is having some sound foundation, start assembling your tools. So based on that, we have to assemble our tools to collect the data in question. So we have to use our tools like collecting data from the people, and in a questionary manner we have to collect those things and identify the target media. So where we are getting the more important evidences, at that point we have to target more. So identify the target media. And next one, collect the data from target media. So like imaging software application, by using that we have to collect the data from the target media. And next, to extract the contents of the computer in question. So we have to collect the contents in the computer in question and connect the computer you are investigating to a portable hard drive or other storage media. So we have to extract some contents of the computer in question. And next one, connect the computer you are investigating to a portable hard drive. So by using this, we have to connect the computer that we are investigating to or other storage media. So there should not be any breach of data, or there should not be any modifications for that evidences. So we have to do this. And next one, when collecting evidences, be sure to check email records as well. So we have to, when we are collecting evidences, so when we are collecting the evidences, we have to check the emails also. Emails are nothing but so by using emails also, we can extract the data from where the message has been sent to, or from where the message has been received. Like that, the sender and receiver details has been, we can get the details. And examine the collected evidence. We have to collect the evidences on the image you have collected. So examine the collected evidence on the image you have created. So based on the image that has been created, so we have to examine these evidences to that. So we have to examine both these evidences and the image we have created. And next one, analyze the evidence that you have collected manually. So every time when you have collected evidences, every time we have to analyze them manually. Analyze them manually means check for once again, like if you have collected some information or another. So next you have collected another information. So we have to analyze them both equally and manually. And report your findings back to your client. So if the evidences has been collected, we have to report your findings. So what are the findings we have been done, and those findings has to be given back to the client. So these are the things that has to be keep in mind when we are solving a forensic investigation case. So next one, forensic analysis of email. So if you have any email spam, email spam, so what are the evidences? How we can analyze the forensic, how we can analyze the email spoofing is nothing but forensic analysis of email. So how we can analyze the emails by forensics? So first one, forensic analysis of email is an important aspect of cyber forensic analysis. So when coming to cyber forensic analysis, these forensic analysis of emails are very important, and it establishes the authenticity of an email when suspected. So it makes the email when suspected, it makes the authenticity. How true, how accessible it is. And emails are, next one, emails are now the most common means of communication. So nowadays, from worldwide, emails are very common for sending or receiving the data, or sending some messages or receiving. So it is mainly for worldwide communication. and are often subject of forensic analysis if something happens to constitute digital evidence. So if we want to collect some digital evidence, these are also, so if you want to collect some digital evidence, these are also will make very common means for like the subject of forensic analysis. So for forensic analysis in digital evidences, these emails are very useful. And next one, owing to a rising pressure from regular agencies, so from regular agencies and from possible litigations from global wide, so the organizations are obligated to electrically store information. So based on those regulatory agencies and global information litigations, so these organizations are addicted to electrically store information to support discovery and disclosure requests. So to make their data safe, in electrical storage. So they are using, so many organizations nowadays are using these emails for communication purpose. And next one, what is an email system? So email system is nothing but a hardware and software that controls the flow of emails. So it will control the flow of emails. So it is nothing but so flow of emails is nothing but, so if you have some like, for example, if you have got so many emails at a time, so there will be like the system will not work at that time. And next one, the two important components of email system. So we are having two important components for email system. So first one, email server and the email gateway. So email server and the email gateway. So first one, email servers. So email servers are the computers that forward, collect, store and deliver emails. So they'll try to forward the computers and collect, store and they'll try to deliver the emails to their clients. These are nothing but email servers. And email gateways. So email gateways are the connections between the email servers. So email gateways are the connections between the email servers, whereas email servers are the computers. They are nothing but the computers that forward, collect, store. So for doing such functionalities, these email servers has been used. And next one, mail server. So mail server, what is mail server? Mail server is nothing but a software, is a network server software that controls the flow of email. So it will try to control the flow of emails, and the mail client software help each user to read, compose, send and delete messages. So these modifications can be done by using mail client software. So we can do read, compose, like delete, send these messages by using mail client software. And next one, which we are having an email. For example, we are having an email. It is consists of a header and a body. So an email consists of a header and a body. So first one, so message headers. So message headers are important part of investigating email messages. So if you want to investigate on any email messages, so these message headers are very important. So all the information, that is sender details, receiver details, at what time, everything that has been given has been done in message headers. So the header of an email is very important from forensic point of view. So from forensic point of view, these message headers are very important in an email. So a full header view of email provides the entire path. So here the full view. So if you have see complete view of the emails, so it has entire path of the email's journey. So from where the email has been created, from where to where the email has been sent to our system. So like that, the complete journey of email has been given in. So we can view in full header view of the email from its origin to destination. So where it has been started and where it has been ended. Everything that has been a clear picture we'll have in the header, full view. And the next one, the header view. The header view includes the originating internet protocol address. So the header view, it contains the originating internet protocol address and other useful information. So internet protocol address is nothing but the internet, the IP addresses. The IP addresses involved in sending or receiving the information, and other useful information is like the date and time, everything that has to be that should we can view in the header files of the emails. And for example, if you want to open the message, so see here we are having an example. If you want to open the message, first click on the small download forwarding arrow. So we are having some download forward arrow in the email itself. So arrow, and next to the reply button at the top of the message. So at the top of the message we are having small downward facing arrow mark. So select original. So in that we have to select the show original, and headers will appear in the new window. So let us see, for example, so this is one email I have got. So I want to view where it came from, or where what are the details we can see. See here we are having this option. So if you click on that, we'll get some show original options. So if you have click on that, you'll get a new window like this. So this is the original message. So where it has some message ID created at the time, and like that, and from message, from where it has came to message. There is no to message here. To in this there is nothing was there. And the subject, so subject, it is there SPF. So the pass with IP, some IP address we have, and DKIM. So it was some domain where it has came from. It has came from like that. And next one, if we have download original, we have C. So this is the detail that we can take. So here we don't have any delivered to message, but here we can clearly see that what is the which email it has been sent to, and received time, like that. So many details we have. So some MAC IDs, some IP addresses, some SMTP addresses, like that. We are having so much information where we can gather it and use it in the forensic investigation. So email spoofing is email investigation in forensic is very important, and it is very useful for the investigators to investigate some cases. So while tracing emails, so when we have seen these emails, the header information is included along with emails. So here we are having some header information which is included along with emails, either at the beginning or at the end of the email messages. So we are having some emails either at the beginning or at the end of the email messages. So to determine the source of the email investigations, first examine the received section. So first we have to examine the received section at the bottom of the header. So at the bottom of the header, what is the received section? So first we have to investigate that who has been received the message at what time and at what date, and work their way up in a bottom to reach. So after that we have to go to the sender section. So like that we have to go through the examination. And next one, only technical experts can spoof the message ID cleverly. So only technical experts, there may be they can change the message ID. Others can't do it. And next one, so deep analysis of message ID may reveal some sort of information that will open a window to trace the source of email. So to make a deep analysis of the message ID, so it may reveal some sort of information. Here we can open a window to trace the source of an email. So if you want to trace the message ID, by using message ID, if you want to trace some information, we can use that show source, and we have to trace the source of the email. And next one, message ID will help to find a particular email log. So these message IDs will be used to find a particular message email log entry within a log file of the email server. So in an email server, by using this message ID, we can find out from which email log entry this message has been kept. So like that, the investigation has been done. So next one. So this is all about email message investigation. So forensic analysis of email. And next one, we are having some format for internet message format used. So RFC2A22. It is nothing but an internet message format. So if you want to, we are having some message formats. So let us see to uniformly represent date and time, including in HTTP and email headers. So RFC2A22. It is nothing but an internet message format. So based on that message format only, we can create our emails, or we can use the email accounts. And another one, according to the internet, RFC2A22, there are several formats of valid email addresses. So we are having so many formats. So based on this RFC2A22, we have to create the emails. So many email addresses validations on the web fail to recognize some of those valid emails. So if the users who didn't use this many email addresses validators on the web, they fail to recognize some of those valid email addresses. So for example, we are having @ 2 times. So 2 signs are not allowed. So dot, leading dot, not allowed. So leading dot, not allowed. And next one, dash. So dash in the domain name is also not allowed. And see here, web. So web should not be used. So web is not a valid top level domain. And invalid IP address. So these are all the things that has not to be taken under consideration. So we have to follow the instructions by using RFC2A22. So it applies only to the internet message format and some of the semantics of message content. So in the message contents also these standards has been used, and it states that each email must have globally unique identifier. So each email, so there should be globally unique identifier. So the email should be very unique, that it should not match to any other mail address, and that must be included in the header of the email, and the email that has been created should be included in the header of the email. And next one, RFC2A22, it also defines the syntax of the message ID. So we can create the message ID, it will define. So based on that, we have to give the message ID. And according to RFC2A22, message ID can appear in 3 header files. So based on this RFC2A22, these message IDs can appear in 3 header files. We are having 3 header files: in message ID header, in reply to header, and references header. So in these 3 header files, we are having these message IDs. But message IDs of the present emails must include against the message ID header. So against the message ID header, the ID of the present emails are like that. So but message ID, so we are having message IDs so of the present emails. So nowadays must be included against the message ID header. So against means before the message ID header, this has to be presented. So today we have discussed about approaching to computer forensic investigation. So what are the phases that are involved in the investigation, and what are the important elements in forensic investigation, and how we have to solve a computer forensic case, and what are the forensic analysis of email. And we have seen some examples where we can see the mail IP addresses and mail addresses in an email. And what is RFC 2822? It is nothing but an internet message format where we can create our accounts, create our user IDs and message IDs based on the RFC 2822. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.